Did you pretty much expect the Lakers to compete better than they did the other night?
Yeah, I mean, you would assume they would, and you know, and human nature has it the other way. We competed. We didn't play very well, but give them credit. I thought they played extremely hard, and it was nice to see.
Your thoughts on Jamal, his return and how he played?
He played all right. I mean, he was rusty a little bit, but that was good. I just, again, that's why we're happy to have him back because he has time, now to get his rhythm going.
Doc, can you talk a little bit just about the battle between Chris Paul and Jordan Clarkson this time around versus Sunday?
Well, he just went downhill today. I didn't think we did a great job. What we did Sunday, we didn't do any of that, even though that was the game plan. So, but give him credit. I just thought he was aggressive, and CP's just CP. I don't ever look at it as a battle between two guys, but he played well.
Given how split fans were when you guys played Golden State a week ago, were you surprised that it was really pro Clippers against the Lakers tonight?
I didn't care, one way or the other. I was happy the other night in the Laker game. I thought it was a ton of Clipper fans, So that's what happens when you win, and you just got to keep doing it, and that's the key. But, like I said before, we have great fans. We really do. We just want to keep getting more of them.
You guys move into a tie now, a virtual tie with Memphis for the third spot in the West.
Oh, wow.
Second, you've talked about home court advantage through the first round. Is that kind of one of those things when you get into that 2 and 3 area where you can start talking about home court advantage maybe in the second round?
Yeah, I don't talk about it. You guys talk about it. But I know that if we keep winning, that's what I keep saying, that something good should happen. Now, who knows with the way this thing is all, so there's a chance that things could not happen good. We could somehow lose home court by winning, which is crazy when you think about it, but that could actually happen. But we're not going to worry about that. We're just going to keep winning.
I think if you win out, you guys will win.
Yeah, what if everyone does? When everyone can't because they play each other. So,
Doc, over here, Doc. What do you think of JJ's game tonight? I mean, not only the volume of points, but he kind of got you going early, and then he had that quick late too.
Yeah. Well, I thought we went away from him for a stretch. It's funny. It's clearer if you watch us enough. When the ball's moving, JJ gets shots. It's no doubt. And when it's not moving, he doesn't get shots. And tonight, I think what our guys they're doing it every night. When he gets it going, then they make sure he gets shots, and they do it through ball movement. So I was really happy to see it.
Beyond the fact that it's Chris Paul, and Chris Paul is just really good, from the perspective of a young point guard, a rookie like Jordan Clarkson, what do you think is the hardest part of going up against someone like Chris?
Well, I think there's a ton of things that would be hard. His hands. You're never real comfortable handling the ball when Chris is around. You can even see that with Jordan early. It was good to see him be more aggressive in the second half and go downhill. I thought he attacked more. But dealing with Chris is no piece of cake. He's just tough, and you're so conscious of your handle, even when you beat him off the dribble, and you can see that he got his hands on it a lot. Jordan's just like a lot of the young guys, though. He's really good, number one, and he just has to learn speeds still. Chris has 11, 12, 13 different clutches, and most of the young guys have 1 and 2. When they get to the 5, 6, and 7 is when they become all unguardable.
Coach, can you talk about Chris's sort of on-court leadership style? Basically, as it relates to his intensity, how demanding he is of his teammates.
Yeah, he's demanding in a very positive way. It's very important for us. He's a lot of time is the voice of consciousness. For our guys, when we're not playing right, he usually senses it first, and he tells everybody.
Doc, thank you.
Oh, you today, huh?
Doc, what's your assessment as the season is winding down, as far as the team's chemistry and the way you guys are playing? How do you feel, entering into the playoffs?
Feel great, we just got to get there and lace them up, see what happens. But I like our team a lot. I really do. I like our mindset. These next 3 games in some ways will be difficult because everyone gets caught. They're starting to look. You can feel it. Everyone's like, okay, let's get to it now. We got 3 games. Let's stay out of the way and stay healthy. And so it'll be interesting how we play these next 3.
I know a couple of those hustle plays with Big Baby and Blake's especially. I mean, does that get a little bit scarier watching those guys do that?
Yeah, Blake was hustling and then he tripped at the same time, and that's why he ran into that table. That's scary. Whenever, maybe I'm more fearful for the floor than Baby. I mean, Baby ends up okay all the time. Baby's been great for us. He came in. I thought that one little stretch and turned the intensity back in our favor. So he keeps doing that. Very happy with Baby.
Doc, you have Lester Hudson's 10-day contract about to expire. What are your plans with him, and are you still keeping an eye on Nate Robinson?
We're keeping an eye on everyone. We're just going to make a decision in the next couple of days.
This is going to be Austin's first trip to the playoffs. So do you sense excitement in him, and do you have any advice for him how to handle that?
I'm sure he's excited, but advice, probably not. I just think you just got to do your homework and be prepared. I tell all our guys that, that's the only way, because the game is going to be real fast for all the young guys. It just is. But the more prepared you are, at least the more comfortable you feel going in. So that would be my advice, I guess.
Blake's not a traditional stretch forward, I guess, but he's been able to kind of hit this jump shot again early in the season. Is he stretching defenses yet, or defenses still kind of saying beat us from 18th to 20th?
Well, I think they're totally focused on it now, but and it's easier to get back out because you're not all the way out at the 3. But listen, you got Chris going downhill, and you got to make a choice sometimes, and they're trying to get back to him. The thing that makes Blake great, if you recover too quickly, that's where a lot of stretch guys can't put the ball on the floor. Blake has the ability to put the ball on the floor. So when you watch, guys are scared to close out with any speed because they're worried about him then beating them on the. And so they have to give him one or the other.
From just a career longevity standpoint, how important is it for him to add that shot?
Well, he's added it, so I think it's important, but I don't think that's why he's doing it. Obviously, he's doing it to become a whole player.
Doc, this isn't necessarily about the game tonight, but just locker room culture. And given the fact he's one of the more known, loved, and hated college players of all time.
You talking about Christian Laettner or JJ?
Nah, JJ. How much was JJ in celebration mode today, or if any? Did he even mention it?
He was happy. Him and Austin were obnoxious as ever. But it was good for them. They did what they needed to do. Even Ryan Kelly was talking to me during the game. He now has 2 rings because his freshman year and his brother's a walk-on, which is really cool. That Coach K did that and gave him a scholarship even. So the Duke love is pretty strong right now for sure.
Last question here.
Doc, did Blake had that bloody patch on his shoulder? Did he cut himself when he went into that sideboard?
I don't know. I think it's a scrape, and I don't know. I just saw the patch, so I know it's not to get him to stop smoking. So I'm sure that it was a cut or something. No, don't quit.